Welcome to episode 7 of Game Focus. As always, I am Perkins and I'm joined by Platty. And I've got to ask you, what have you been playing?
Been playing some more Splatoon 2.
More Splatoon 2. I've also been playing Splatoon 2 as well. Shall we focus on what we didn't talk about last week? Should we talk about Salmon Run?
Yeah, we'll talk about that extra mode.
Because we didn't really mention that last week, so at least it's a bit of variation.
Yeah.
It's actually really fun, this mode. I don't know how you're finding this.
Yeah, I enjoy it. They've different weapons you use.
Lock it off at certain times.
No, I know a lot of people are not liking it either.
But that's just I have that issue with Splatoon as a whole. I hate how they lock 2 maps down, so you can only play on 2 maps at a time. The game gets really stale really quickly.
Yeah, I get that.
It's like you play a Battlefield or whatever, and because there's 12 maps that it cycles through, you can play it for ages. But when there's only 2, you're bored in an hour's time.
The only thing, the way to get around that would be to play like an hour of like normal match, turf war, and then do ranked, and then do salmon run, and then you have your variation then. But you shouldn't have to be locked by
no,
like
you shouldn't
them.
be stupid. But anyway, salmon run, yeah, it's I don't know. There's one other thing that I don't know about it is how it locks you with a specific weapon. You can't choose what you want to use.
As I said, it changes each wave.
Yeah, and especially when you've got like the sniper, which is a really irritating like weapon to use in that mode.
The only one I didn't like was the blaster, like the shotgun type.
Yeah, it was like a shotgun type thing.
Yeah,
that wasn't my favourite. There's that and the sniper that I don't really like. Other than that, it's really fun.
yeah.
It gets quite difficult as well. The enemies are relentless, just charging at you.
Especially all the bosses, what come like sometimes you can have like 4 bosses coming at you.
Yeah, especially when they're the same boss as well. There's a big snake-like boss, and when that pops and there's 3 of them, it's like because they take up so much space.
I'd definitely say that voice chat would be like needed more for this mode than the other mods.
Yeah, because you've got the D-pad thing where you can press over here or is it hooray or something like that.
Oh,
Booyah.
Booyah, yeah.
Which it does the job, but it's very limited.
Yeah.
You need to be able to sort of suggest stuff to people and say, "Oh, look, we need to do this." Yeah, I think voice chat would definitely benefit from that. I mean, we're lucky that we always tend to go on Skype or something like that when we're playing.
Yeah. And it's strange as well that this mode is the only one that has a lobby system before you join.
Yeah, that is weird actually. It's almost like they've been designed by separate teams and then implemented into the game. It's really bizarre.
Because they could just have that on every other mode, just like every other game does.
Yeah, because the matchmaking's a bit of a pain. Well, it's not a pain, but it's a really weird system on multiplayer because sometimes you end up fighting against your opponent. Like, if we go in the same lobby, we could be on opposite teams.
Yeah. Well, it's like the other night when we played that, you were mainly on the opposite team.
I swear, yeah, we must have played about 20 games in a row and we were on opposite teams. It's like, well, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
I don't want to play against my friend. I want to play with my friend. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know why they decided to do that.
Yeah, very strange.
Anything other than Splatoon you've been playing?
More Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
More Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yep, officially on 100 hours now.
Have you? Is that what you got to?
Triple digit now.
What are you sort of sitting at? Are you just online on 150? Oh, you can't choose, can you actually? Online?
No, just online mode. Just playing with people.
Has it started throwing in more random variations like mirrored and stuff like that?
I have noticed a lot more mirrored tracks.
Is it starting to become more frequent?
Yeah, and a few 200cc.
Really rare, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely. I love that when they pop up though, because it makes you have to change. You know how
your
you
game,
play.
yeah. Yeah, because sometimes I go, like when I take the first corner, because sometimes I don't look, if it's mirrored or whatnot. So when I start the course, I'm like, I need to turn left here, and it's like, oh no, it's right.
Yeah.
Oh no.
The one I can think of is the water park one.
Yeah, that gets me every time.
Everyone always goes the wrong way at that point.
Yeah.
It's just muscle memory, isn't it, at that point? You know exactly where you turn in and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So when it mirrors it, it just totally flips it on its head.
Yeah, no doubt.
Is there a reason you've been playing Mario Kart?
Yeah, there is. There's a tournament going on at Belong Game. That basically they're going to get it's top 3 racers from each city in like 4 different cities.
Yeah.
And it's for free entry, like it's an open tournament, and I'm gonna enter it and see how I do.
Now,
I can
when
win,
this episode goes live, hopefully, assuming it's the right time, I've always been doing it. You will be mid-tournament, I believe.
I will be, yeah.
So that should be fun. Maybe on the next episode we'll have some an update on that.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll want to hide it under the rug, depending on what happens.
Yeah, just go out the first round. Just be like, no. No, I'll let you know in the next episode.
But you've got 100 hours on it. You've got the game.
Yep. Well, hopefully I could just play loads of it and just be awful at it, but
Well, you never know. You might do the play panic.
Yeah.
And then it'll all go downhill from there.
Does always come into effect.
We don't know how it works yet. It could be you don't know how the tournament works.
Yeah, no idea. There's no thing on the website. Just that it's a certain time and that it's free to enter.
It could be knockout brackets. It could be time trials. It could be anything.
Mhm.
So Mario Kart and Splatoon. Any other game?
The last game I've been playing is the Destiny 2 beta.
Yeah, I played this with you, didn't I, when we were playing?
Yeah.
I don't know if you played any extra since we went on.
No. Well, they extended the beta, didn't they, by 2 days?
Yeah, but they
I only
didn't
played
add
it when.
new to it, did they?
No. I only played it when with you.
And now we only played the intro mission and the strike that was available.
Yeah, we didn't do the PvP stuff.
Because the competitive stuff, personally, it doesn't interest me that much.
No. Well, it's just your basic multiplayer, really, with your abilities.
What did you think of Destiny 2 as a whole, then, from what you played?
I did like the opening mission.
Yeah, that was cool. Really cinematic. Yeah. Because that was a complaint about the first one. There was a lack of sort of story
mode, yeah.
And that really brought it in that sense.
Yeah. What is it? The boss thing? Is that the strike?
Yeah, the strike boss. I can't remember the boss's name was.
Yeah.
But that thing was a pain in the ass.
Yeah. I wish it had... I know it's a no respawn zone, but I just wish that they had a slight checkpoint halfway through.
It seemed like the difficulty was a bit too intense, and I get that's the point of the strike mission, because we did eventually beat it, so it wasn't like it was too hard.
Oh yeah, that'd be rage quit or whatnot.
It just wasted so much time. It just had these abilities that could kill you in one hit, and then it'd take your whole team out, and so you have to restart the entire thing again. So if you get into the third phase of the boss and you die, you have to go right back to the first phase.
I think what the most annoying is as well, your ammo, the ammo you started with, before you went into the boss.
Yeah.
It doesn't carry over. It doesn't reset again when you die.
So if you have 3 special bullets, 3 rocket launcher bullets, whatever, and you use them all, and then you die, you don't get them restocked, which is weird.
Yeah, it should be restocked. It should be on your last save kind of thing, like it would in any other shooting game.
Yeah, it's super weird. I mean, we were playing with a stranger, which...
Yeah, because you have to have 3 players, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he did anything wrong. Just it might have been easier if all 3 of us were communicating over a headset, sort of thing.
Oh yeah, probably.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to pick up Destiny, but then I don't think Destiny's the right market for me.
Yeah, because it's more the MMO type.
It's for people who like to buckle into games and just sit there for days and days and days and days and months.
I'd say it's more of your Division crowd. I'd say.
Yeah,
that type.
That's not. I like to move on to the next game, quickly.
Yeah, I'll probably pick it up myself, but I won't play it as much as some people, but I'll be in and out of it.
Yeah. Which you'll check out the PvP when it comes around to it.
Yeah, I probably will, just to get trial the different modes. Might as well.
Yeah, because it all counts to your experience, doesn't it? You'll level up and stuff through that.
Yeah.
That were another thing actually with the beta. It started as all at level 20.
Yeah, because in the first one, yeah.
There was no progression to it, was it? It was just, here's all this stuff. So I wonder if it'd have felt different knowing that we're leveling up and unlocking new abilities and stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe, because the first game had the level up, didn't it? Was it level 10, was it, or level 6? I can't remember.
On the beta, it was really low. You could only get level 8 or something like that.
Yeah, but at least you had some level up progression, though.
You felt that progression, because that's what games like that need. They need that hook. That's why you go back to Call of Duty all the time and stuff, because you're always leveling up.
Yeah, and unlocking
games
stuff.
like that. And I think with a beta not having it, it missed that hook for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I always need a sense of progression. If I'm doing something and there's no purpose to it, what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's it looks better than the first one. I'll say that much. I think the story aspect of it is cool from what we saw. It's very cinematic and over the top, which is what people were wanting, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it was a little bit irritating. It was just that final boss. I think it really
that put a sour on the game.
But then even when I was like I said to you before, I even got halfway through, I was like, this is just a first-person shooter. I think my problem now is more with me rather than the games.
FPS games, yeah.
I'm just getting a bit burnt out.
Oversaturated, yeah.
Not so much FPS games, but that particular type. You know what I mean?
Oh, right, okay.
If a Fallout came out, I'd be straight in on that.
I suppose Wolfenstein, that's FPS. So.
Yeah, I suppose. But yeah, no, that's true. Very true. Maybe it brings its own uniqueness to it, though.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it was just Destiny. I think it was just a bit... I think I got a bit bored of it a bit quickly, but I don't think the game's for me.
Okay.
I think that we found out with the first game. We got it, completed it, moved on. That's not what that game's about.
Yeah. Yeah, because some people are stuck with that. Well, they probably still are playing it to this day.
And there's expansion packs and all sorts that people are buying. It's like, it just doesn't happen for me. It doesn't interest me.
Yeah.
So Splatoon 2, Mario Kart, and Destiny 2 beta. Any other games you need to add to that list?
Nope, that's all from me. How about yourself?
I played Splatoon 2, obviously, and Destiny, like we mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
The last game I got is an indie game, and it's called The Sexy Brutale.
Never heard of it.
I knew you'd say that. It's basically what it is you're in this casino, which is called The Sexy Brutale, and there's like residents and visitors come in and they're getting murdered, and basically what your job is, it's like a murder mystery puzzle type game. Right. And what your job, it's like a Groundhog Day thing. So time keeps going back to the start, and you've got to go through and stop all these people getting killed.
Right.
And so you've got to, search the environment, find clues, find like would in a point and click game, you'd find pieces to use on other items.
Yeah.
But the trick is, if it gets to midnight, it resets back to day one, so you're starting from the beginning every time.
Oh, that's interesting. And
so you've got to sort of keep going through and working out what you need to save people, and you can like peek through doors and investigate stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You can never be in the same room as another character at the same time for some reason. So you've always got to be mindful of where other people are and where you're there's like bookcases that you can hide in so people avoid you and stuff like that.
Right.
And you've always got to be really mindful of this. I mean, I haven't played too much of this. I think there's 8 people to rescue, and I think I've done 3 of them.
Right.
So I've probably
done some of it though.
I've probably had about 2 hours on this game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really fun. It's a unique game. I've never played anything quite like it before. Other than like I say, a point and click game like a Monkey Island or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's not a point and click in the sense of you click on stuff and investigate. You actually walk around the 3D environments and look at stuff and pick stuff up and what have you. And anything in your inventory at the end of the day resets, so you lose it all. So you have to work out the best possible way of getting through these environments.
Right.
And you can almost tackle it in any order you want as well. But yeah, it's definitely a fun game. Hopefully it doesn't decline. Some games, you get halfway through and it just drops off.
Right. What platforms is this game on?
PS4, PC, and the one that I've got on Xbox One. So it's on everything, basically. It costs £16 or $15.99.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's $20 in America.
Right.
I definitely recommend it. It's definitely a fun game from what I've played. So up next, we've got the news. I'm going to start off with a game announcement. Sims 4 is coming to PS4 and Xbox One. For some reason. I don't know why.
Well, they've always come to consoles though, haven't they? Like Sims 3.
That's fine. I don't get no problem with this. But Sims 4 came out 3 years ago. Why has it taken 3 years to get onto console?
Well, didn't the studio who makes Sims, didn't EA what is it? Like sacked them all off?
Was that after Sims 4 didn't do that well?
I think so. But I think expansion packs have come out though for it.
Well, that was the problem with Sims 4. They took too much stuff out from the third game and made it expansion packs.
Alright, well it is a year we're talking about.
That's the worst thing you can do. Like some of the people's favourite elements they took out and put them in as expansion packs. It's like, why have you done this? They should always just build off what they have instead of taking stuff out. I'm not getting into that debate. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
I believe it comes out November the 17th, unless you've got EA access, and then you can get it 3 days early on November 14th.
Or you could be playing this for technically free if you have it on PC. You can use Origin. Well, it's not free, but if you have Origin access, it's part of that now.
Yeah, if you've got PC, you can play it now, can't you? It's out.
Yeah, but I mean, it's on Origin access. So if you pay for that membership, you can get it free right now.
Do you get access to all the DLC with that?
No, it's just the base package.
Oh, right. Because I think that's the hook with the PS4 and Xbox One. I think you get the DLC with it.
Oh, that's not bad then.
I think that's the hook. Maybe that's why they've done it, like a complete collection type thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it makes sense. I know people out there who enjoy the Sims games, and having it on an accessible machine like a console is perfect.
Yeah. Well, what was your last Sims game?
I actually played Sims 3 on Xbox 360.
All right. I think I played very little of it. Like I used to play many hours on the original Sims on the PC.
Yeah, I used to play on Sims. I think it was the second one actually I played most on, and then there just came a point where I was like, what's the point to any of this? Why am I doing this?
Like virtual life.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. It's like I'm not gaining any progression story-wise. There's no like hook at the end. There's no finish to this game. I'm just
because it's
wasting
always
time.
ongoing. Yeah.
It's just the definition of wasting time.
Hmm.
And I think that's for me. That's what I need. I need a clear end goal.
Right.
Otherwise, I don't know what the point of it is.
Yeah.
Which I think is why I like story-focused games over, say, multiplayer and stuff like that.
Hmm. I do wish that this game was coming to the Switch. Like, it seemed like a good game on the portable
That would be a good
side.
idea for the Switch. Maybe they see how it sells and see if it can come across.
Maybe. Because it's not exactly a graphical, like, highly graphical demanding game.
No, not really. It might be the amount of stuff you can put on it, because obviously you can build your houses and stuff.
That's true.
So maybe it'd get a bit too demanding for the Switch, but I don't know. So we also got revealed this week the PS Plus and games with gold. You know, free games, whatever you want to call them. They're not free, but that's what everyone seems to call
Part of
them.
your membership.
Yeah,
That's what we'll
everyone
say.
seems to call them free games, even though they're not. Which one would you like to start with first, Xbox or PlayStation?
We'll start off with Xbox.
Xbox. Now, Xbox on the surface doesn't look as good as PlayStation, but I am actually kind of interested in this first game called Slime Rancher.
What is this?
I was thinking the exact same thing. So I briefly looked it up. What it is it's a first-person adventure game where you play as, obviously, a farmer, hence it's called a rancher.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a sandbox game where, obviously, there's a focus on, like, puzzles and survival and stuff like that. So I suppose your nearest comparison is probably Minecraft. You know, that sort of thing.
Right.
I think it's a little bit more, graphically detailed to Minecraft.
Alright, so more realistic. Mm-hmm.
But this is it's an early access game, actually. I looked at it on Steam, and it's on Steam, it's still early access. So I wonder if it's like its official releases whenever this comes out.
I was going to say, is this like a new title, I guess, on Xbox One? So.
Seems like it.
Mm-hmm.
See, on the surface, that doesn't seem like a big deal, but it might have some potential in it.
Like I said, it's a free download, so you can always just check it out for free if you subscribe to Xbox Gold or Xbox Live Gold.
Now, I think the next one's the most exciting game for collectively. I think that's Trials Fusion.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually been looking forward to getting this myself. It was always something I intended to buy, so when I saw this pop up, I was like, perfect. Because the thing is with trial games, I enjoy them, but I don't go that deep into them.
Yeah, so you don't really want to spend I think this was like £20 at launch.
Yeah, exactly. I've sort of played them for 4 or 5 hours and then never come back to them.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have any history with the Trials games.
Yeah, was it Trials HD on the Xbox 360?
Is that the original one?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I used to play that loads. It was... Because they used to have those little flash games, didn't they, where it was a similar gameplay.
Yeah.
And you used to always play them in school when you weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
And so when that came out on Xbox, it was like this perfect, I don't know, just capturing that spirit perfectly.
Yeah. Did you ever finish it? Did you ever do all the levels?
I believe I finished that one, but I don't think I got far in the second one. I think the second one
Evolution
was
it?
Yeah.
Nah, I never finished either of them.
They weren't easy games, were they? They're
No.
really tricky. You have to be on point there.
Mm-hmm.
But Trials Fusion, is that the one that's in the future and it's all really weird, futuristic stuff?
Yeah, I believe you can create your own tracks as well and upload them online.
Yeah, I can't even imagine how that works. That'd be so difficult to create a track.
Especially what you can easily do.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing. They'll all be pieces of junk that I make.
Yeah, probably go nuts.
Yeah. So both those two games, actually, Slime Rancher and Trials Fusion, are for the Xbox One. The next game, Bayonetta, is an Xbox 360 original. Is that what it's called? Is that what we call them?
Yeah, they'll go with that.
And obviously that's backwards compatible now on the Xbox One. I don't really know what to say about Bayonetta. It's a brilliant game, from what I've heard. It's not really my cup of tea.
Hack and slash game.
I don't know if you want to talk more about this, because you've obviously played some of these games, haven't you?
Well, I played the second one. I ain't really played much of the first one.
Do you think this will give you time to check it out? Do you think you will, or do you think it'll just leave it?
Well, I actually have the Wii U version because I bought the collector's edition with both games.
Yeah.
But I imagine this will run better. But yeah, I like the Bayonetta character. That's her name in the game. Good hack and slash game.
Yeah, I've always heard great things about it, but just this genre is not for me. I've never liked Devil May Cry and all those games.
Yeah. But yeah, just check it out. Again, it's free. If you like it, and then I was going to say get the second one, but it's only a Wii U exclusive at the minute.
Yeah, which is weird. for now, anyway.
Yeah.
Hopefully it comes to the Switch.
Mhm.
So the final game of Games for Gold, I believe, I don't think I've missed any, is Red Faction Armageddon, which is also another 360 game, but this is a sequel to Red Faction, is it Guerrilla? I think it was called?
It is, yeah.
And it was considered to be pretty bad, from what I remember.
Yeah,
well, not bad, but
I think this was
as
one of the
sequels
games,
goes,
busted, because it was THQ, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think as sequels go, it was nowhere near as good as the Guerrilla, because it lost everything that made that special. Because that was like an open world, destructible environment. And then when you got Armageddon, it was just a third person shooter.
So it was a bit, they probably saw like the success of Gears of War and stuff like that, and they probably thought, oh, we'll make our own version in this universe.
It was like a total shift, and I think it just really just fell flat for him. Like, I didn't pick that one up, but I like the first one.
Yeah, because it got panned and didn't sell as well as that one.
So I find it super weird that this has turned up on this list. I don't know why this is here.
I suppose it's just another game to add on for free.
Maybe. But why not put Guerrilla on?
It might have been on before, like on the 360
if it's been
days.
On before, then that makes sense.
Yeah, because I think I have seen that, because it's got like a reddish cover on it.
Yeah.
I think I've seen that before on the list.
So I believe that's Xbox Games of Gold. 2 games for Xbox One, 2 games for Xbox 360, but obviously they'll work on Xbox One as well. So PS4, this has some big games here, I think. Or it has one big game. And that's Just Cause 3. Which, it's just mad, that game. It's just, you can do anything you want in it.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that's your cup of tea, because you're not a huge fan of open world games, are you?
Not really, no. It's strange, I actually preferred the first game, but that's probably because it was less, like, nuts. I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't like the third one. I thought it was just a little bit too, like, I don't know. Again, it felt like there was no purpose to it, because I didn't care about anything that was happening in this world, and you know what I mean? Because it was all too silly. So this, like, dictator and stuff, and him being, like, the main character being stupid, it was like, well, why is he messing around being silly when there's this dictator taking over this country that he needs, you know what I mean?
But you can do what you want, though, like blow stuff up and
like
that.
Yeah, that's fun, but it just, I don't know, the tone didn't match the setting, if that makes sense.
Oh, I get what you mean. They tried to add a bit of serious, like, the villain
they tried to be
was
silly in a
serious.
serious world. Yeah, it was like, what the hell is this? Maybe if I'd have played more, it'd have made more sense to me, but I wasn't going to sit around playing a game that I don't like.
Yeah, that's true.
So the next game on there is Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry, which was a standalone spin-off to Assassin's Creed 4.
Yeah, I think it was. Did you buy this previously, years ago?
No, I've never touched this game.
Right.
I'm actually looking forward to getting this one myself.
Yeah, same. I'll definitely give this a shot.
I nearly got it, actually, on the store not too long ago.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm definitely going to be checking this out. You play as... what's his name now? I actually can't remember his name. But you play as Kenway's first mate.
Oh, right, okay. I think it's a good way to, like, as well, to get people like, oh yeah, Assassin's Creed. You know, for Assassin's Creed Origins, like, get people back into it.
Yeah. Well, it's not really the best example of it, because what I've seen is people say the gameplay's a little bit rough.
Oh, no.
I mean, not bad. It's like, it plays like Assassin's Creed 4, but there's a more of a focus on stealth and stuff like that.
Right.
And stealth in Assassin's Creed has always been a bit of a pain.
Yeah.
You know, like follow missions and escort missions and all that stupid stuff. But I'm definitely looking forward to checking that out.
Yeah.
Those 2 games actually are both are PS4 games. The next game is called Super Motherload, which I don't know much about this. From when I looked it up, it said it's a couch co-op digging adventure. So I'm guessing it's like I don't know if you've ever seen Spelunker.
Nope.
I'm guessing it's kind of like that, where you get to mine down. Not Spelunker. What do I mean?
Splunky. You on about?
SteamWorld Dig.
Oh, right. Okay.
Where you got to obviously mine down to get to the thing at the bottom of it. I'm guessing it's a similar gameplay to that, where you're playing as a character digging down to get whatever you got to rescue at the bottom.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's you and 4 friends or whatever playing on the couch, which you don't see a lot of couch co-op games anymore. So that's kind of cool that they've brought that out. The next game is called Snake Ball, which, from what I gather, is basically like the classic Snake game.
All right.
On mobiles.
On Nokia. Yeah.
It's like that mixed with. I don't know whether you're going to say Rocket League or basketball. Basically, you've got to get this ball into like like a goal type thing.
Right.
And so that sounds mental. I don't really know what to say about that game other than that sounds mad.
Yeah.
Snake Ball. I mean, the name pretty much sells you on it.
Yeah.
That's those two are PS3 games that I just mentioned, Snakeball and Super Motherload. The next one is called Downwell, which is for Vita and PS4 cross-buy, which is a roguelike vertical shooter, which I'm not going to lie, I saw that and I kind of checked out a little bit. The word roguelike now, it's like, ugh. You know, 'cause every other game seems to be a roguelike.
Yeah, definitely. I do get that vibe.
And then the last game is called Level 22, which is... It's actually pretty amusing, this. The setting is, you're late for work, and this character that you play as has been late for work, a few times.
Right.
And it's a stealth game where you've got to basically sneak into work without anyone noticing that you've not been there.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like it could be a pretty fun game, but that's on the Vita. So of the two, PlayStation Plus and Xbox Games with Gold, which do you think has the better month?
That's hard.
I'm talking personally as well. Like, I think worldwide, more broad sense, I think PS has got it because of Just Cause.
Yeah.
But I just think more personally, which do you prefer?
Well, the thing is, like, there's only like one game probably on each I'll check out.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, which one do you think you want more?
Go with Trials. So go with Xbox One with Trials Fusion.
I was thinking Xbox as well because I want to check out this Slime Rancher game and Trials Fusion.
Yeah.
Whereas Assassin's Creed, I think, is the only game I really want to check out on PS Plus.
Yeah.
But I think in a broad sense, I think PlayStation has a better overall.
Yeah, because
it helps that you get 6 games as well instead of 4.
But the only thing is, though, you can only play, was it 3 of them on PS4?
Yeah. Actually, that's true. All the Xbox ones are backwards compatibility, so yeah. That's a good point.
It's always the argument there, because, like, personally, I don't, like, download the PS3 or I don't have a Vita anymore.
No,
but
I don't.
PS3, I have a PS3, but I do not download them. I only download the PS4 titles.
Yeah. I think the problem is they're all, like, little indie games, and it's not, like, the big indie games either. It's, like, the small ones that just need people to look at their game and check it out. Which, I do like that aspect, that they're there to, Sony helping out these smaller companies.
Yeah, I get that.
But yeah, that's PS Plus and Xbox Games with Gold. Now, the last bit of news is we're going to talk about it more in our main feature of the episode. I believe there was something that got trademarked the other day, which
in
sounds
Europe
suspiciously like an N64 mini controller. So I thought we'd today suggest our games that we'd want to see in the N64 mini. I believe we've picked 5 games each, is that right?
Yeah.
For what we'd like to see. I don't know if you want to kick us off with your first game.
My first game would be Diddy Kong Racing.
Okay, I didn't see that coming.
Well, like, cause I was trying to think of games what wouldn't like more likely be on it, not just like because like Super Mario 64 etc. will be probably on it.
Yeah.
So I didn't like pick that. But
I should say actually, this is a personal list. Like, we might have games on here that people don't agree with. This is our personal list.
Yeah.
Sorry, as you were, I was just thought I'd put that out there.
All right. Okay. Yeah, like Diddy Kong Racing. Like I enjoyed this game as a kid. Just like that and Mario Kart. You know me, I like my little kart racing games.
Never
but this was, yeah, really. Oh
Yeah.
wow. Well, there is a DS version out there. But yeah, it was because it was different at the time because it wasn't just karts. Like you had planes and you had boats and stuff like that.
So it's like
Sonic Racing transformed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you had all the different vehicles. You weren't just bound by a cart, and you had like a hub world.
Whoa. I mean,
yeah, yeah. I know you like your hub worlds. Yeah.
Like Crash Team Racing had that sort of hub world type thing.
I'm not too sure about that because I've never played Crash Team Racing.
You basically have it's like you drive around this area and you've got like branches off into the different levels.
Yeah, it was like that then. Yeah, like you had your different areas that you go into. Like, I think you went in a volcano. Could be wrong on that, but you did go in different, like a bit like a Mario 64 hub world.
Yeah,
thing where you just like drove around. You could drive in a plane. You could drive in your boat or whatnot.
So, like, was the gameplay different when you had boats and planes and stuff, or was it all pretty much the same?
I would say it's pretty much the same, but there was a bit more like like might have been harder to drive the boat. Like drifting round.
So the planes didn't have like up and down and stuff. It were all still on just a flat plane.
Oh no, it did. Oh, sorry, it did have up and down. Yeah, like you were flying and
okay.
stuff. And I think you had little bonus ones, like hoops, stuff like that, like the speed boost.
Sounds like 3 games in one.
Yeah, it was good for its time. Like it was made by Rare.
I want this to happen now.
Yeah, but the only problem is I don't know if they can take them out unless they work a deal with Microsoft.
Yeah.
It had Banjo-Kazooie and Conker in it, in the characters.
Right, okay.
And now they're owned by Microsoft because it was a Rare property.
I mean, they could do a deal.
Yeah, they have done it in the past. Like Phil Spencer seems alright. Like he said, yeah, you could put Banjo in Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
So that'd be good.
There'd be some sort of deal, wouldn't there? Like where there'd be some sort of Nintendo character or whatever it'd end up in, Killer Instinct or something like that.
Got Killer Instinct. God, adult game.
But you know what I mean.
But yeah, I know what you mean. Like
not
the cross
specifically
deal.
that, but something along them lines.
Mhm.
So should we do your 5 and then do my 5 afterwards? Do you think that's the best way to do it?
Or do you just want to do one each?
Okay, we'll do it that way if you want.
Okay.
My one is Star Wars Rogue Squadron.
Nice pick.
I mean, it's a Star Wars game for a start. I've never played this game, but I've heard amazing things about it, and so I'd love to be able to go back and replay it. The only dodgy thing again is the rights, because it's like who holds the rights to these Star Wars games now? I know EA has the ones now, but do they have the ability to bring them back? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm curious if it's like as a whole, like you have the Star Wars license, you have like of everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Or the Nintendo or whoever still have the rights to this.
Yeah, or
particular
even
game.
Factor 5 who made the games.
Yeah. It just looks so much fun. It's like, what more do you want than just flying around in an X-wing? I'd love games like that now. If they just made that game.
Yeah.
Like on Star Wars Battlefront, I used to play. Would you play the mode so much, just flying around shooting stuff?
Mhm.
I'd love to see the almost the origins as such. Maybe there was one on PS like 1 and stuff, but I don't know. But
Yeah, I think the Rogue Squadron games were exclusive to Nintendo because the
Yeah.
second and third one came out on the GameCube.
But yeah, I'd definitely love to see this come back on a mini
Mhm.
N64 console. Do you want to go with your next one?
Yep. Well, I might as well stick with Star Wars. Mine was Star Wars Episode 1 Racer.
Is that with all the big bobbleheads?
No, it's not the bobblehead one. It's like the
okay.
proper like pod racing one.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, like I love this game, but just going around all the different tracks of like Star Wars universe and pod racing.
Yeah,
that was one of the. Well, I thought that was one of the best aspects of Episode 1 Phantom Menace. I don't know about
the
you.
idea of that in the world was good, but yeah, we don't need to go into a Star Wars episode.
Oh no.
That's no.
Oh no! But I just like the pod racing stuff, like the sound effects and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and you had your boost, and if you did your boost too
Translates
much, I remember
to a
you used to
game
blow
perfectly.
up. Yeah.
Well, you actually see that in the movie, don't you? Someone does that.
Yeah, and then they had all the the other pod racing characters. Like, what's his name now? Sebulba, is it?
Sebulba, yeah.
Yeah,
Sebulba.
I can't remember the other guy, like the little green alien guy.
They all had weird names. So I don't remember what they were
Yeah,
called.
but they have all that and stuff like that in the game.
It would be great something like that nowadays. Just a
Yeah,
weird
especially
little,
with online multiplayer.
like a weird little Star Wars racing game.
Yeah.
That'd be cool if they brought that into the N64 Mini online stuff.
Yeah, I doubt it.
I mean, they could barely get it to work on a Switch, so the chance of that happening is not going to be there.
Yeah, that's true.
But if they wanted to jack that price up even more than the SNES Mini, that's what they need to do.
Oh, yeah. So how
Two
about
Star
you?
Wars games on there and Diddy Kong Racing so far. Let's throw a Nintendo classic in there. It needs to have Ocarina of Time, doesn't it? I was on the fence about this, thinking, well, what's the point when you've got the 3DS version? But if you celebrate an N64, it needs to have one of its best games on there.
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time. And Ocarina of Time, it's just one of the best games ever, isn't it? It's almost a perfect game.
Yeah, I would say it's that.
So yeah, obviously that needs to be on there. I can't think anything better suited than that, other than maybe Mario 64.
Yeah, like those two games are definitely
we'll
a
get to
lock.
that later. But yeah, this game is just it is the perfect video game. Like, what more do you want from a game? You got your adventure, your puzzles, your characters. It's just all these little bits that stick together. The freedom of the world and all this stuff. It's just perfect. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So many people who've probably never played it would get the opportunity to check out this timeless game. Maybe not timeless game. It's probably not timeless.
Yeah, with the mechanics and whatnot, but you never know. Like kids, like they might play the 3DS one or not, and just go. Well, like, so obviously there'll be parents who are grown up now who they'll say to the kids, "Look, this is what I played as a kid." Like, it might not look graphically, but just like they might just like that bit, like nostalgia.
The one thing that worries me about the N64 Mini is about what you've just said is that controller.
Oh yeah, because it had 3 different handles, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, where do you
People
hold
are
it?
gonna see that and go, "What the hell do I do with that?" Whereas like a SNES controller, you see it and go, "All right, yeah, that makes sense."
Yeah.
So that'll be an interesting step. I mean, they'll still sell out, so I don't suppose there's a problem. But for the casual fan,
Yeah. Like for the
Might
hardcore,
sort of
I'd be
panic.
definitely like, yes.
yeah. So yeah, Ocarina of Time. What would your next one be?
Pokemon Stadium.
Pokemon Stadium. I actually don't have this on my list.
Do you know? No.
Well, the thing with me with Pokemon Stadium is it was more of a supplement to the Game Boy games.
Right.
As a standalone game, I thought it were a bit shallow.
No, I liked it because like you could bring like your original Pokemon in from Pokemon Blue and Red.
That's what I mean, though. It's a supplement to that. If you don't have the Game Boy aspect of it, how would that work?
But you can still like they had the original Pokemon in the game as well, didn't they? Just had a certain
I think there
levels.
was 42 Pokemon in it,
Right.
or something like 46, something like that.
No.
So it wasn't even the whole cast of 150.
Mhm.
So I mean, yeah, it worked perfect on this device. I just, as games go, I don't think it was the best incarnation of Pokemon.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I wouldn't deny that, but I just like little party games and stuff like that, playing multiplayer
Yeah.
as well.
Oh yeah, because I forgot it had the party games on actually.
Yeah,
It
like
wasn't
you had
just a battling
to.
game, was it?
Yeah, you had the little mini games that you could play with your friends and 4-player.
Yeah.
So it had a bit of like a Mario Party aspect to it. And like I don't know how they do this unless the console was online. Like, could you imagine like you could use like Pokemon Bank?
Yeah,
could bring in your Pokemon in.
implement that, but then they'd have to create a special thing which only allowed it to let through the original 150.
Nah, that's true. Because I
Otherwise it
remember,
might get a bit complicated.
yeah. Because I remember I think if you brought in your Pokemon Yellow Pikachu, it actually did the voice. Like, and all the Pokemon was muted when they did the attacks.
Yeah.
But with Pikachu, if you imported the Pokemon Yellow one, it did the Pika Pika or whatnot.
And it actually also had a thing which you plugged into your controller, didn't it? Where if you put the Game Boy game in, you could play the Game Boy game on your TV.
Yeah, that used to be brilliant.
Which at the time was crazy. Like,
yeah.
That whole thing was just madness.
Mhm.
So, I'll go with another Pokemon game with mine. Pokemon Snap.
See, I never played this one.
I never played this one.
Nope.
It's such a fun, chilled out game. You just go around on rails, just taking pictures of Pokemon. It's just that. But there's little like little twists and stuff. Like if you take certain Pokemon at certain times in certain poses and what have you,
Right.
you might unlock a new area or a new thing to take a picture of and that sort of thing.
Mhm.
So there's so many like layers to these environments.
Yeah.
Like you might find a what was it called? That is it Polygon or something like that? I can't remember.
The pink and blue thing.
Yeah. There's one of them hiding, but it's invisible, and there's a way
Right.
to trigger it. So obviously you can see it and then take a picture of that and get
Oh, that's cool.
And there's loads of hidden stuff in it. Like there's a little Easter egg where I think something's chasing Pikachu around, and if you do something at the right time, this creature runs off and Pikachu runs over and he gets on a surfboard. And so then if you snap this picture of Pikachu on a surfboard, you get more points and stuff like that.
Right.
I'd love to be able to play this game again. I'd buy an N64 Mini just for Pokemon Snap.
It's a shame, like, because like that game, like the Wii U gamepad, if they should have made that in HD. That would have been perfect for
If
it.
they ever do N64 games for the Switch, I'll be straight in there. Hang on a minute. You don't think they've created this controller to go with the Switch so they can have backwards compatible games on the Switch?
Controller what?
The small controller, the one that's trademarked.
No.
You don't think it's an accessory for the Switch so you can play
Nah.
backwards compatible Switch games?
I'm not sure what you mean, like
potential.
multiple. Maybe.
Say they decided to release Pokemon Stadium for the Switch, like a virtual console.
Yeah. Then you could use like maybe the virtual console, like Pokemon Yellow or whatnot. If they ever brought Game Boy Color games in.
Interesting. I'd not thought about that until now. It just sort of dawned on me. Anyway, what's your next game?
My next game is Mario Kart 64.
Mario Kart 64. I expected this one.
Of course, like Mario Kart will be on every list. This was my first Mario Kart game. Like me playing like own game.
Yeah.
Just enjoyed it, like 4-player madness, like even battle mode. I love battle mode as well.
Yeah, that one in battle mode were actually good.
Yeah.
I bet that were the best though when you had a couple of friends around and you were playing that.
Yeah, because this was
I believe it could have 4 controllers in the N64.
Yeah, because I think this was like the multiplayer console, wasn't it? Like the first multiplayer console, like 4 players, that is.
And Nintendo have never let up since with the multiplayer aspect.
No, especially local play as well.
They're obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Which I suppose at least someone's watching the backs, making sure that's still a thing in gaming. Because if they didn't do it, nobody would do it.
Yeah, because like your Sony and Microsoft don't do too much local co-op anymore.
I actually have never played this Mario game, so I'd be intrigued to play it myself.
Oh yeah, like it was great for its time. Like just looking at it graphically.
It must be hard now though, seeing Mario Kart 8, seeing the visuals, seeing the gameplay, and then looking at that and being like, whoa.
Oh yeah, like
Look
going like 20 years. Yeah. It is mental how like games graphically have gone from in the next like last 20 years.
I know, it's crazy. Like the how's it going to look in the future? You know what I mean? It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Surely they're going to get to a point where they just plateau and they just can't make it look any better.
It'll all be virtual reality, won't it? Or stuff like
people will look real, I think, at a certain point.
Yeah.
And that's a scary thought.
Mhm.
So Mario Kart. All right then, my next one is another classic N64 game. They sort of remade it for the Xbox 360, but it was kind of crap, and that is GoldenEye.
Licensing nightmare.
You what? Yeah,
licensing
this is
nightmare.
another thing. That's why I stressed early on. This is our personal list.
Yeah.
Because this game won't come to the N64 Classic. I don't know who holds the rights for this. Is it Activision maybe? That's who did the last game.
Well, I believe that the video game license is like up in airs, like no one owns it at the minute.
Oh wow!
I think it expired on Activision a few years ago.
So I suppose there is an option if they wanted it.
Because I don't know, like, was it Rare who made it, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Which they are nobody knows what's happening with Rare.
They're making Sea of Thieves.
Oh, that's true. Actually, yeah, they actually might be back.
Not doing Kinect games no more.
Yeah. You're right. I forgot about that. Yeah, they got lumped in with Kinect for a while, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's going to be a nightmare because Rare created the original ones, which now Microsoft own, and nobody owns the game rights. So it's like what the hell's happening there?
Yeah, and then they'd have to get like permission for like Piers Brosnan stuff like that.
Yeah, well, that's what they cheated, didn't they, in the last remake because they did it with Daniel Craig, so they could skip that.
Yeah.
But I just don't think it was that good. The last one, it were a bit.
No.
Maybe it's just dated at this point. I don't know.
Well, it was funny actually because there was a leaked video. Microsoft did want to bring GoldenEye to, I think it was the Xbox 360.
All right.
They had like 30 minutes of gameplay. It looked pretty good.
I could see that happening actually. It'd fit all right on an Xbox. And I don't think anybody would be too upset.
Now the funny thing is, I never played GoldenEye, like on the N64.
I didn't play much of it. I played, I only played it when I was at friends' house and stuff.
Did you play multiplayer? Because that's where everyone like went mental with it. That's what most people remember.
Single player is just normal, straightforward single player, isn't it? It's just, I think it was his first proper experience that I had with that sort of gameplay.
Right. Well, I think that was a lot of people's first experience, like 4-player like shooting game.
Yeah, I think it's just that I want back. I don't think the game, personally, I find particularly good. I think it's just the the memories and that sort of thing that I want.
Mhm.
So yeah, GoldenEye would be a lot of fun on there, but I doubt that's happening with the logistics of the rights.
Yeah.
So what's your final game for the N64 Classic?
We gotta go with Super Mario 64, don't we?
That's actually conveniently mine as well.
Yeah, you can't leave that off the list.
We don't even plan this, and it just happens. It's the game you think of.
Yeah, when you think of N64, you think of Mario 64.
Now they remade it for the 3DS, didn't they, as well?
DS.
Sorry, DS, yeah. Jesus, yeah.
Yeah, it came out, it was one of the launch titles for the Nintendo DS.
I remember seeing that. I've been well excited for the DS.
Yeah.
That, and I think, there was a Resident Evil game?
Deadly Silence, but that didn't come till later on.
Yeah, I think I remember reading about them both in a magazine, though, before it came out.
Mm-hmm.
I've been well excited, and then I never got one.
But they added 4-player co-op, I think.
To Mario?
To Mario 64, yeah.
Wow, I didn't know
or you could play as... It was either that or that you could play as the 4 different characters on the DS version, like Wario, Luigi and Yoshi.
I think it was that. I think, because obviously on the cover you see them all, don't you?
Yeah.
But this game, it was... Cause it was like mini sandbox levels, which you could just sort of explore. There was all sorts of stuff going on in the environments.
I just remember the menu music where you could just play around with Mario's face as well.
Yeah, what the hell's that about?
Just well freaky with his eyes and pulling his eyebrows and everything.
It's funny actually about that game though. I only really remember the first sort of 1-2 levels where you've got like is it the King Bomb or whatever it's called?
Oh, but you have to throw him off the top.
Is it King Bow Wow? What is it now?
King Bomber or something? It's King
Bomber,
something.
yeah. And that's the only bit I really remember about that game for some reason. Just fighting him on top of that little tower. And, obviously the level getting there, going up the spiral.
Mm-hmm. So you don't remember the penguin race? That's the most probably memory of mine is racing that penguin.
No, it's weird. I don't remember much about it, but I just remember, really enjoying it. And it's one of the best Mario games, isn't it?
Yeah, because I remember the first boss battle with Bowser when you go around and you have to like grab his tail and then send him flying into one of the bombs on the side of the arena.
Yeah. What do you think it still holds up today? That game? Do you think it'll be a bit?
Control wise, I would say it doesn't hold up. Because like I remember going back, but
exacerbated on the N64 controller.
Yeah, because I couldn't imagine like a kid going from like Mario Galaxy to this, and then like obviously like for us because we've played it, we all know what the mechanics are. Yeah. But, like the camera,
even
like you don't
now,
have.
Though, it's been so long ago. I've been playing Mario World and Mario Land and all these games.
Yeah.
Going back to that. Yeah. And Mario Odyssey, I'm assuming soon.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be like we'll play it and be like, ooh, nope.
Yeah, because the camera, because I played it like about 2 months ago on the Wii U Virtual Console.
Yeah.
Like the camera does get a bit annoying at times because you don't have the full control like you would in a modern Mario game.
I think you just hit on the biggest weakness of the N64.
Camera control.
Second analog stick.
And that as well, yeah.
Because obviously that is your camera control's analog stick. I think that's a huge fault.
That's one thing with the N64 as well. Like it was in the centre, right in the centre, wasn't it?
It was such a dumb controller. Whoever designed that controller is stupid.
Yeah. Three handles, it's like, what?
Like, what is that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were just trying to be cool with that. Like, oh, let's make it look like an X-Wing. All right. Anyway, that's another debate.
Mm-hmm.
Silly controller.
Do you have any other, like, honourable mentions?
I actually don't. I don't know if you have any.
Super Smash Brothers. That was the debut of Smash. Like, I never played this one, but 4-player, like, madness. Like, I think it only had, like, 8 characters at the time.
Yeah.
But great multiplayer game. Like I'm sure they'll try and do multiplayer ones because, like we said previously, I think they'll only put 2 controllers in. How big the controllers are?
Yeah,
and do 2 separately.
I think what they should do is do it like that. Do a pack where you can buy 2 on their own, and then a pack where you get obviously the console and 2 controllers.
Yeah. Plus it earns them more money.
Yeah. I think they could have a couple of games. I think you'll see stuff like Wave Race and Pilot Wings, and stuff like that.
And Mario Party,
and those sort of little games, they're pretty safe bets.
Yoshi's Story, maybe.
Yeah, it's like a Kirby game and stuff like that. I don't know if there was any Metroid games on it. I don't think there was there?
No, it wasn't because the first 3D one Metroid Prime.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm looking forward to one. I think I've skipped the SNES, I've skipped the NES, although I do kind of want the SNES, but I don't think I'll get one. I think I'll pick up an N64 if it happens. Because there's so many more memories I have from that console. Because obviously being a PlayStation kid, I didn't play the SNES and stuff as much.
Yeah.
Whereas around that time, all my friends were getting N64s and I had one, and it's stuff that I actually.
It's more nostalgic, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's our opinions on N64 classic potential games, I suppose we can call it.
Yeah.
So now we'll move on to the questions. We have 2 this week. The first one is from RyeMonkey3. He says, if you guys could only play one game for the rest of your life, what would it be? This is a ridiculous question. It is. For me, it's like, because obviously I've said earlier, I like moving on to the next game over and over, quickly. And so playing one game just on and on, this has to be like the perfect pick, otherwise I'm going to go insane.
So what would your game be?
It'd have to be something huge, something like Witcher, Fallout, Skyrim, something like that.
Right.
I think ultimately it'd come down to probably 2 games. It'd come down to The Witcher 3. No, sorry, 3 games. Come down to The Witcher 3, Skyrim, and actually GTA. I've put so many hours in GTA, I could just find endless fun in that game. Witcher is a huge game with all the mega quests and stuff. And Skyrim, it's obviously, you can play that game 17 times and play as different characters. And, of the 3 games, though, I think it'd have to be... Oh, this is a difficult one. I think it'd have to be GTA.
I suppose you got the variation, aren't you?
Yeah, I can find so much fun in that. You know, just messing around, doing stunt jumps, doing missions, doing heists, all this stuff.
Doing racing.
I think it'd have to be GTA, specifically GTA 5, because then you've got GTA 5 and you've got GTA Online and all this other stuff. I think that'd be the game. So what would yours be?
Well, I did it differently. I was thinking like multiplayer. Like, so I thought like I've already had like 100 hours on the Switch version and 200 hours on the thing. So it'd be like Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
Cause you know me, I just like love that game. Oh, FIFA, nah. I'll get bored of football. Like Mario Kart, you can tell that I haven't got bored of it so far.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely say that.
I get bored of most games. That's my problem.
Yeah. I think I'm like out of everyone in our community, like I'm the only one still playing Mario Kart. Like, you know, on like a weekly basis.
Yeah. Well, a lot of you all have your specific games that you play over and over again.
Yeah, that's true.
Me, I think I'm the only one who don't really have that one game.
Yeah, because like Gore has his FIFA, Ben has Rocket League and Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
I have Mario Kart.
I don't really have that one game which I always go back to because I always like to mix it up and play something new.
And I was thinking as well, like for single player, random pick would be Resident Evil 4. Like,
yeah, that's a fair one. I actually thought you'd say Resident Evil 2.
Well, I was thinking of RE4 because you've got the main campaign, then you've got what's it called now?
Mercenaries.
No, you got more mercenaries, but
Separate Ways.
That's it. The Separate Ways. What's the Ada campaign, and then you got Assignment Ada as well.
Yeah.
So you got like 4 game modes, and you know, so there's a lot to do in that game.
It is a very replayable game.
Yeah. So those are my 2 picks: Mario Kart 8 and Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, I think if I had to pick I think Bloodborne's a potential, but then there's only so many times you can play that. Before it starts getting stale.
But I was thinking of Breath of the Wild as well when it first came to mind.
But then surely you're going to come to a point in that where you just can't go on.
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking like Witcher and stuff, because that seems to have endless amount of quests.
Yeah, that's very true.
Like I could still go back to that game and probably have another 100, 200 hours on it. Same with Skyrim and now this GTA. You just create your own fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think yours would be Mario Kart, mine would be GTA then. So the second question is, which game, in your opinion, had the best soundtrack? That's from Johnny Moore again. Do you want to kick us off with this one?
Well, I think going off the N64 discussion of one of the games, Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Yep, I can see that.
Like the game music's just like amazing on that game. Like I liked, like, you know, when you first turn on the game, comes up with the title, like the game like Zelda Ocarina of Time, and you just have Link going along on his Epona along Hyrule Field, and you just have that title theme music.
It really supplements the game, doesn't it? It really benefits everything happening on screen. It all works exactly how it's designed to work.
Yeah. And it just fits in so much to the music.
You can listen to that music when you're not playing the game. And it doesn't feel out of place.
Yeah, like Song of Storms, Hyrule Field, Gerudo Valley, a lot of people like.
And then it gets stuck in your head.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I don't really like about Breath of the Wild. It doesn't really have that standout soundtrack.
Yeah, I get that. Like, I like the final boss music, the second one, you're on your horse.
Yeah.
But
a lot of the music I've heard from it I like, but you don't hear it that often because obviously there's not much music in the open world.
Yeah. Yeah, they changed it up this one.
It's focused.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I don't like about it. I think it needs to have a better implementation of music.
Yeah, because normally the Zelda franchise is, you know, known for its music.
Well, they even put like orchestra events on, don't they, and stuff where they do live concerts of it. And
I like being to one. Crazy. Yeah. How about yourself then? Which one be yours?
There were actually a few that I was considering. Uncharted 2 was a possible one because the Uncharted has really good music in all those games, but specifically the second one, I just remember listening to that over and over again. I actually even bought a CD of it. The second option was Bloodborne because again, much like Zelda, everything that happens, you know, it just
happens for a reason. Yeah,
it boosts everything that's happening on screen. Like you have these huge bosses, and then you have this really big over the top dramatic, you know, music, or you have like small creepy bosses, and then you have, you know, like really quiet, disturbing music and that sort of thing. And the final one is kind of a weird choice, but it's actually Rayman Origins. I always find the music in these Rayman games so much fun. They're just really jolly, jazzy music. But I think if I had to pick one, I think you'd have to go with Bloodborne because, like I said, everything that happens is benefited by the music. Yeah. When you have these massive bosses, it's these huge epic musicals, and it's like when it comes back to certain bosses, and it's really somber, you know, music because it's quite sad what's happening and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think it's really supplements what's happening, and it's pretty epic. Like if you're like, I don't know, give an example. I don't know, say working out or you're on a cycling bike doing exercise or something, and you're listening to that music. How epic does that feel?
Oh, that would feel good.
You know, just that sort of madness. Or you may be doing a bit of mundane work, but you have this epic like orchestra music in background. It's like, whoa, this is well epic.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'd have to go with that.
I think also for me it would be Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, I was thinking that Street Fighter games.
Like Ryo's music and whatnot. And
there's
Guile
a lot of
theme.
old games like that. Like, yeah, like Streets of Rage has a really good soundtrack.
Yeah.
And like a lot of old classic games.
I like a lot of 16-bit music, you know, from the Mega Drive and SNES.
Yeah.
So there's quite a few on there, like Link to the Past and, like I said, Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
Streets of Rage, like you said.
It's quite a difficult question. In fact, they're both really difficult questions to answer. But that's what we love, a difficult question.
Mm-hmm.
So, finally, as always, we like to do a recommendation. What would your recommendation be this week?
Since we're talking about it, Zelda Ocarina of Time. I still want to go back to that game right now.
Okay, that came
talking about it. Yep. Like the good thing about this, it is available. Like it's available on the 3DS now. It's only about £20, I think.
It is.
Virtual Console on Wii and Wii U. So yeah, go check it out. I
agree with that. It's definitely worth a play.
How about
As
yourself?
Said earlier, it's the perfect game.
Yeah, definitely.
I was going to recommend Sexy Brutale, but I think I'm going to have to change it now.
Oh, because why?
I'm excited. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to say Bloodborne. I get that in my head, and it's like, that's all I want to play. I was actually thinking about it this morning. I need to just play that game again. Just put it that way.
Yeah, I think I might, like, after this recording, just go play Ocarina of Time myself.
It's one of those, like, that's how passionate we are about these particular games. You just want to just go and play it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Definitely check out Bloodborne. I think it's like £12 on the PlayStation sale or something like that, or £16 I think it is.
Yeah, even like for me, like I don't like Well, it is a difficult game, but like
it is a difficult game.
I enjoyed it
for yourself though. If you level up and stuff like that.
Like I did, yeah.
I find everything about that game just really like I don't know, disturbing, creepy, and cool, and it just has all the right moments in it.
Well, like you said, it's so satisfying when you defeat like a boss when when you struggle with it.
There's nothing like that. Just you're struggling and you're struggling and struggling, and then you finally do it. There's such a huge rush of like adrenaline and emotion, and there's nothing that'll match that in games for me.
Were you? I can't remember if you were heard by reaction. You remember in the final boss? I think I actually muted my mic by mistake when I was doing it. And I was like, yes.
Yeah, there's nothing like it when you get stuck on a boss and then finally beat it.
Yeah.
It's one of the most satisfying things in playing video games.
Mm-hmm.
So that is it for the end of Game Focus, episode 7. Hopefully leave some questions below, and hopefully you tune in next week. Goodbye.